With their reaction, Steve Hilton, former senior advisor to British Prime Minister David Cameron, and Chris Hahn, syndicated radio host and former aide to New York Senator Chuck Schumer. All right, so Chris, I'll start with you. When you listen to that laundry list of reportage from, various sources, some of them very left-leaning, from Mark Levin, and then you add to the fact that the Obama administration tapped Angela Merkel's cell phone. They seized the phone records from the Associated Press reporters. They tapped James Rosen's cell phone here, Fox News guy. Is it inconceivable to you that the Obama administration may have listened to some phone calls at Trump Tower?
I think that it's very likely that the FBI and other law enforcement agencies were examining why the Russians were so interested in that campaign and trying to ascertain that. And I think the Trump people should be very happy that the president's administration did not leak any of that stuff during the campaign. It was kept very secret. And what the president said in his tweets on Saturday morning
there wasn't any leaks about the Russian connection to Trump during the campaign, because that's all I heard. But I'm glad that you admit that it is a possibility that the Obama administration did listen to those phone calls. I'm surprised you would admit that, Chris.
What the president said on Saturday was that President Obama ordered this. Now, I don't believe that. I don't think Mark Levin believes that. I don't think President Trump believes that. And if you believe that, you've got a really beautiful head of hair. I'd hate to have to put a tinfoil
Well, thank you very much. Flattery will get you everywhere. And I don't think that President Obama said, you know what, tap this guy's phone. But if it was happening, he surely knew about it, or else he's a complete buffoon. I mean, he is not in control of his own administration. But, it's the judge that makes those calls, and it's the FBI that does it anyway. Let me get you in here, Steve. When you add to this, the IRS targeting the Tea Party and, various other abuses and, the Democrats rigging the primary against Bernie, Hillary getting questions before CNN debates. I mean, it's a dirty game, especially on the Democratic side, at least over the last year. What do you make of all this mess?
Well, I think, Jesse, you're just completely right to say that we should be so skeptical of all these denials. It's not just that they tapped Angela Merkel's phone and other world leaders, as you mentioned, but as earlier in the show, you said, with the Snowden revelations, they were completely out of control and then lied about it. So we can't take that seriously. And what it all shows, I think, is that you've got this group of people in D.C. and New York, the group that we've been calling in various ways the establishment, the elite, the people who've got used to being in power. That includes not just the Democrats and their allies in the media, but the bureaucracy, the federal bureaucracy, especially in the intelligence agencies, who were always completely against Donald Trump.
Right.
They thought his campaign was ridiculous.
And
they thought he was ridiculous.
Trump
Look at the way they
so
talk
many
about
enemies
John
within
Brennan,
the intelligence.
who was head of the CIA until very
Steve.
recently, literally the day after the inauguration of President Trump, described him as despicable.
Trump has been blasting these guys from the moment he started running. It's no wonder the swamp's starting to strike back.
They hate him,
but
and
guys,
they think that his election was not legitimate, and they want to get rid of him.
I got to pay some bills. As much as I'd love to debate you guys, we got to go. Still ahead.